Have you ever talked to a person and thought, I've met him before? Truth is, he might actually be a relative of yours. Hi guys, welcome to my channel where science feels easy and fun. And today we're talking about something pretty crazy, the possibility that you and I might actually be related. Two random people from the same country actually have a surprisingly high chance of sharing a common ancestor just a few hundred years back. But here's the crazy part. Even people from different continents are related too. Let me explain. Every time a child is born, they have two parents. Those parents each had two parents. So if you go one generation back, you have two ancestors.
2 generations back, 4. 3 generations back, 8.
And this number keeps doubling. 10 generations ago, about 300 years, you already have over 1,000 ancestors. 20 generations ago, over 1 million. And if we go back about 40 generations, roughly 1,000 years, the number becomes trillions. But wait, that's impossible. Because the world population back then was far smaller than that. So what's going on? It means the same ancestors appear again and again in your family tree. Your great-great-great-grandparents are also someone else's great-great-great-grandparents. In other words, family trees don't stay separate. They overlap. A lot. Geneticists actually believe that if you go back only about 3,000 years, there was a point where every human alive today shared many of the same ancestors. Which means something wild. The farmer in China, the fisherman in Norway, the king in ancient Persia. Somewhere back in time, they are all in your family tree. So technically speaking, you and I are very distant cousins. And if your mind is slightly blown right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this is exactly the kind of weird science that makes the universe feel a lot smaller. But wait, it gets even crazier. There's something scientists call Mitochondrial Eve. She wasn't the first woman on Earth, but she's the most recent woman from whom all humans today inherited their mitochondrial DNA. Basically, every single person alive today can trace a tiny part of their DNA back to one woman who lived around 150,000 to 200,000 years ago in Africa. And there's also something called Y-chromosomal Adam, the male counterpart who lived tens of thousands of years ago. These two weren't a couple, but together, they show something incredible. All humans today share deep biological connections. Which means the person sitting next to you in a bus, the person on the other side of the planet, even the random stranger you just passed on the street, are all part of the same enormous family tree. And when you really think about it, that's kind of amazing. Because despite all the countries, cultures, languages, and differences we see today, underneath it all, we're not that different. In fact, genetically speaking, humans share about 99.9% of the same DNA. Which means the person you think is completely different from you is actually almost identical at the genetic level. So next time you meet someone and feel like you've seen them before, maybe you actually have. Just not in this lifetime, but somewhere in the past. Far back in your shared family history. Because the truth is simple.
You and I.
And the 8 billion people on Earth are all part of one gigantic family. Subscribe for more videos like these.